Controllers, go for landing. Electro, go. I don't go. Guidance, go. Control, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for landing. Altitude 4200.
Hey up, McGogan lives here with you. I'm feeling very ambitious today, and I've decided to start my big project. This project, Kerbal Space Program, I have thought about for very long indeed. I've always wanted to do a career playthrough, you see, but I'm very much aware that there's tons of other career playthroughs on YouTube, so I had to ask myself, what could I do to make it unique, different from everyone else's? And then it hit me. Why don't I just use my natural ability as a storyteller to create a huge plot in which we navigate through the highs and lows of Kerbal kind, learning the mastery of space, landing on new worlds and new planets, and blowing themselves up in the process perchance. So, why don't we start this great adventure right now? The Kerbals. Green, gluttonous, and apathetic. While they're a comparatively young species, their understanding of technology has already seen them through an industrial revolution. They keep to themselves mostly. Instead of settling new lands, their small number and peaceful demeanour allows them to live in their small settlements not far from where their civilization was first founded. After all, why move from a place where there's desert? However, an accidental discovery recently seems destined to take them further than they've ever hoped to go. Celebrated cake decorator Goddard Kerman was tinkering with his faulty new oven one afternoon and had forgotten to turn the gas off. This explosion and the subsequent time in hospital gave him an idea. The explosive power of natural gas could also be restricted and controlled in order to heat food. So, was there a way to ignite enough of this material to lift an object off the ground and still retain control? Some months after this accident, Goddard published a thesis that would form the foundations of rocketry to come. The dynamics of smeg galvanized scientific minds, eventually leading to the foundation of an amateur club devoted to the prospect of chemical propulsion. Scribbles of flying cookers and interplanetary barbecues were soon replaced by streamlined towers of fuel that could lift a Kerbal or another payload into the air and place them far away in a very short time. Through donations and saving up, the Society was ready to attempt to build their first rocket, which is where our story starts. Okay, so here we are. So look at our first accomplishments here. Orbit and escape the atmosphere. That isn't going to happen this episode. I don't want to spoil anything, but come on. Scientific data seems about right. And of course, launch our first vessel. Alright, let's jump into it, shall we? So here we are. The beginning of a grand adventure into the stars. But of course, all adventures have to start modestly. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Or in this case, it's going to start with a sounding rocket. Now let's not forget, this Kerbal Rocket Society just want to prove their mettle at this point. They don't want to get to space just yet. They don't have the technology. So we just need a little rocket to prove their theories. You can't get littler than the Explorer 1 probe core and its accompanying Sergeant rocket motors from the FASA pack. There we... No. Get on there, damn you. There it is. I think that's probably going to be how we start. As modest as possible. It looks very Kerbal in its design as well. It's like, I don't think one rocket is going to be able to lift this up. Oh well, attach several more. Now I'm going to use Kerbal Engineer here to change these burn times so that they're synchronized. So, you see, both rocket clusters need to be 53 seconds. That way they burn out together. There we go. Well, there we are. I think... Well, I don't really think we can add anything to that. There's nothing to put there. I don't really fancy... Oh, we could put a little thermometer on it, perchance. Computer flight units. I think it's a little too, rudimentary for that sort of thing. No. Maybe stick it on a little. No, that's too big. All right. I think we're about ready to launch this. Can you believe? I mean, talk about modest starts. So there we have it. The Chemical Propulsion Vehicle 1. I mean, you know, scientists, they're a smart bunch, but not known for their imagination. Let's take this thing out to the launch pad. I don't predict a very high flight, but that's not the point, you must remember. We're not trying to shoot off into space and get as many science points as possible in the shortest amount of time. I want to take it nice and easy here. So we must assume that all the rocket scientists are in this little bunker here, watching their creation. I wonder if I could set the camera angle to like yeah, that'll do. Alright. Nothing to stop us now. We just need to set the countdown. Oh, perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Oh. Well, I guess our rocket was a little too modest. It can't even lift itself off the ground. Oh well, at least it's... Oh! Hey look! Yes! Oh my... Oh! We're doing it! We actually... There it goes! That is probably the most modest rocket launch ever. There it is. We are watching it from below. Let's catch back up to it. There it is. Very impressive. And yes, we have. We've got a milestone, got a contract. We're about to get another contract as well. There we are. Look at that, 1 kilometre into the air. Considering that this is just a foundling society for rocket engineering, I think we can safely say that's a success. Activate the Geiger counter. Oh, let's see if I can transmit it before we hit the ground. 25, 38, 50, 63, 75? No! Oh. Couldn't quite get the data before it hit the ground. Never mind. Still a roaring success. Sent it up into the air and brought it down again. Okay, so we're going to use our science gathered from our prior mission to unlock a few more, well, I say a few more, our first little keys in this science tree. Little branches, I suppose you could say. So there we are. We've got unmanned tech here, a few new communications devices that we need due to remote tech. We've got a reaction wheel, Staputnik, of course, the legendary Staputnik, and a Sepatron. So there we are. Our first mission complete. We sent a chemical propelled machine up into the air, over 1 kilometre into the air, and brought it back down again. Goddard Kerman was right. And you know what? I think that's going to be it. It's a modest start and a modest video. It's a very modest McGogan Lives, the genius, the very handsome, the downright good guy McGogan Lives. Very humble too, saying goodbye. See you next episode. Can't remember any of the